We back, INT reacts, and we got another one for that ass. If you catch my drift. So when y'all mentioned Babymetal, I thought you were referring to like a genre of music, because all the Japanese girl bands I've been covering, and Korean now, seem like like Babymetal. I thought that was just the name of the genre, but I did a deeper dive and found out it's a band, and they have a lot of subscribers, and they're actually going to be in Phoenix on October 1st. So that may actually be a show I could check out. So that makes me like them off the rip, because if I start liking their music, then I can just go watch them live. And a lot of these other bands don't seem to have any tour dates in the US, except the last Korean band, Rolling Quartz, did. But unfortunately, I won't be able to see that show. So Gimme Gimme Chocolate, Babymetal, reminds me of We Love Sweets by Hanabie. However you say these names. I'm not in this game to know everything about these bands. I'm basically in it for a one-night stand, if you understand, because I just want to hear the song once. I haven't really listened to any of these songs more than once, unless I messed up my recording. So Babymetal, Gimme Chocolate. I like chocolate, so I'm gonna give it to them, but I'm gonna keep some for myself. Let's get into it. So right off the bat, I think I've seen these guys. They seem very popular. So I think, when you're doom scrolling and bed rotting, check out my single, Bed Rotting, Doom Scrolling. But these guys pop up. This looks very familiar. So pardon my ignorance for not knowing like the big, Babymetal, but I do remember seeing them, and I do remember thinking they're pretty sick. So I'm just gonna keep going. So with this band, it's basically what it seems like. It's like a girl band, 3 girls doing choreographed dances, and the band, the musicians are kind of like an afterthought. They're put in the back. So I don't like that so much. I like the female band where each band member gets equal shine in the video. But I do remember this. I just haven't seen it in a while. And I didn't watch it with the intent of reviewing it, so I'm going to keep going. But that's just my initial thoughts on the packaging of the band, and that's probably why they're more popular, because it's more like a girl band than an actual just rock and roll heavy metal band. But obviously they have a gigantic following, almost like 3.5 million subs. The dance is cool. The band's is more of an afterthought, but they're thrashing hard. So I just like seeing the band members be an equal part of the production and of the stardom. Very Slayer. Yeah, so I can see like this probably isn't like the people who like the other bands I've been reviewing probably aren't fans of this, just because it's more pop than metal, even though it's very heavy. The music's very heavy, but the vocals and the dancing and the way the band is packaged is very pop. And I'm not against it, because I like Backstreet Boys. I've been to Backstreet Boys concerts, Bobby Brown concerts. I love pop music. But metal purists wouldn't be caught dead listening to Backstreet Boys, which is unfortunate because there's more to life than just, you know, one genre of music. So I like it. The harmonies are good. The gimmicks cool. But I do prefer the bands that are doing all their musicianship, like a STMLT or Rolling Quartz or Hanabie or Unholy Morpheus. I would probably rather see that than this. But I appreciate pop music. I love pop music. It's just, you know, they're putting it to heavy metal instead of to more R&B hip hop beats. Nothing wrong with it. I think it's cool. But you could easily just remove the instrumental and put a hip hop or, you know, in sync type of beat to it, and it would have a completely different feel. And I like the fact that they are using metal and making it more energetic and mosh worthy. They probably sold a ton of skeleton gloves too. And is that the N-word they use? That means something else but sounds like the N-word that Americans use? I think so. And that's whatever, however they need to get attention. I like the chorus. Again, I probably won't go see them in Phoenix. I won't do that. I like the other bands better. But, you know, I've heard this song before, so it's not like... I think when I initially saw it, I shared it to a bunch of people because it is maybe groundbreaking for the time. So let's keep going. Great harmonies. The music's good. It's probably a fun show to watch. Maybe I'll go. I wonder if people like actually circle pit to this, or they just sort of like, you know, because a circle pit type of dude probably isn't going to this show. Loving the whammy pedals. And who's in the band, guys? Did they just hire like Anthrax or Slayer and put them in skull costumes? Or is it, you know, like who knows what? But like, this is a great gig. They're probably making tons of money. So it'd be cool if some of the thrash legends were getting paid to do this. But, you know, like I don't think a Scott Ian or a Dave Lombardo would even entertain this idea. Who knows? The music business is a crazy place. Wow. See you in the mosh pit. It gives Harvey Weinstein, to be like completely honest. Who knows? It's just very, they're so young, and the dance is somewhat provocative, especially, you know, for a more conservative Japanese culture. They have a huge fan base. It's just, you know, I think only one person mentioned Babymetal, and in our gang, in our little UGH INT Reacts gang, we like the more raw, the more heavy, the more fringe. So I can see why it wasn't really mentioned. I've heard this song before. I probably won't mention Babymetal again. I don't know. It's just, I get it for what it is. It's just a little too poppy, and it gives Lou Pearlman, Harvey Weinstein. It just gives Illuminati, you know, vibes. It just gives that kind of vibe to me. So we'll be back with another one, because we always are. So make sure you stick around, because the next one is coming and it's going down. Peace, y'all.